Is it?
Now it is. Talk. Speak. Do the talky words, buddy. Well, hello there. It's 9 o'clock. It's Thursday night. And that makes this Thursday Night Vibes with
Master Roachee.
And Kate.
The talent. Or, it's Thursday Night Vibes, salutations, namaste, greetings.
Well, then you should have spoke up.
No, I don't know if and when you're going to unmute the microphone, so I will just wait.
Should have spoke up. I unmuted it. I told you I unmuted it.
So how is everybody? Thank you for tuning in. Kayla, you've got some very interesting thoughts, and we need to just sit down and let free conversation go. Definitely. Got some interesting thoughts going on there, girl.
Hi, Kayla. Hi, Josh Eastep. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Jesse. Hi, Chris.
Very good.
It was easy.
So how have you been? What have you been up to? What's going on?
Too much.
Too much how?
Too much stuff all at once.
All right.
It causes executive dysfunction to where there's nothing. All at once.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but
Hi,
Ronnie. I'm getting pretty buried. I'm behind on about everything, and it's just going to get worse for the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Too much stuff, not enough space. Too much stuff, not enough space.
Well, you know what to do about that. You take some of the stuff that's in that space and you remove it from that space. And then you have a lot less stuff in a much nicer space.
That's the plan.
Yep. Well, as a matter of fact, that kind of ties into what I was wanting to talk about tonight a little bit. Because it is that time of year. It's spring, early summer. One of the things everybody is doing is some spring cleaning.
Yes.
And outside preparations, getting ready for the summer. And sometimes we need to do that within our own sphere, because I've noticed that several people I'm friends with on Facebook seem to be going through a rough period, and how do they find their way out of it? And a few things is, there's an old adage: you can't heal in the same place that you got sick.
Seymour said, clutter equals confusion.
Yes. And you're exactly right, Seymour. You're exactly right. And that's part of it. And sometimes we need to, especially if we can't really get away from the physical area, maybe the part that was making you sick or whatever is no longer there, but the memories and the vibes and everything are still in that space. Of course, you can sage and stuff, but I would even go a step further.
Mm-hmm.
Redecorate, repaint. It's an inexpensive way to change your whole living space. And do things like that. And, as you can, redecorate. Make that space your own again. Make it a positive space. And, of course, continue to sage and cleanse and change. And, you need to declutter your space and your life, but your space is important.
Mm-hmm.
And, you need to take care of your space just as much as you need to take care of your physical body.
Yes, because your space can affect your mental health very deeply.
Well, not only, and it can also affect your physical well-being.
Yes, absolutely.
So, if your space isn't clean, you can have molds and mildews and other stuff.
Bugs, critters.
Bugs and critters. So it's important to try to keep your physical space as clean as your mental space, as clean as your physical body.
Mm-hmm.
We all have struggles,
right?
And it's important to recognize the struggles. A lot of times we focus on the wrong things. And that gets us kind of in trouble because when we do self-examinations, we're very biased. So some of the areas that we're really struggling in and need to work on, we don't recognize within ourselves.
Accurate. Accurate.
Really?
Good evening, Terry.
Good evening. Namaste. Don't forget, Monday. Dr. Hyde's going to be back on the show for Monday nights with Master Roachee and Caitlin.
Yes.
And he's going to be giving away copies of his book again. And so if you didn't get copies or missed the opportunity the last time he was on, he's going to be back. You don't want to miss the show. We've got a lot to talk about. Really knowledgeable guy. Huge supporter of the veterans. So definitely tune in on Monday. And we'd love to have questions. So if you have questions that you'd like to discuss with Dr. High, be sure to come on the show and ask questions. We love to hear what you guys are thinking, and whether you agree or disagree, please let us know.
Let us know.
How does that make you feel, Caitlin?
I have transcended beyond emotion.
Have you? Caitlin's going to be our future in AI.
Yes.
This is going to be the best artificial intelligence has to offer. Because we do know that cuckoos are an alien species. Who is to say that is not what you're connecting with when you go into, what, Chat GP?
Chat GP?
Yeah.
AI bot?
Uh-huh. You're actually connecting to Caitlin. So, do it at your own risk.
Speaking of AI, so I don't know how many of you guys can relate, but the Snapchat AI thing has been all over the interwebs here lately. Snapchat has released a friend for everybody called My AI on their thing.
Oh,
right.
Okay, how's that?
In case y'all haven't heard about it.
How is that working out?
A lot of people think it's very suspicious. Very suspicious. A lot of people don't trust it. People are making jokes that the chat AI, My AI, is like recording whatever they tell it and sending it.
My AI is part of CIA.
Yeah. Hi, Jane. But a lot of people think that it's recording what they message to it and then sending it to the FBI. A whole bunch of stuff. So,
Well, in this day and age, it's hard to call people that are thinking this crazy anymore, because as we're showing, the government's collecting more and more data, and these businesses are, happily providing it. So I'm not going to say that it's far-fetched or crazy at all. But I am interested in this AI debate.
I had to check out the Snapchat AI after.
Of course you did.
Thank you, Jane.
Did they actually have a friend for you?
Well, yes, I had My AI on my Snapchat because I don't use Snapchat. I have a Snapchat, but I really don't use it all that often. But I had to check it out, of course, when I saw that there
Of
was a
course.
freaking free AI bot on Snapchat. What? So I got on there, and you can name your AI.
Mm-hmm.
I named mine Chad.
Okay.
Yep. My AI is named Chad.
Any particular reason for Chad?
Well, Chad is a suspicious name. Very sus. Very sus.
All right. Well, you heard it first here tonight from Caitlin, the talent. Chad is a suspicious name.
No hate, Chad Pascal.
If your name's Chad out there, Caitlin, doubt your intentions instantly. Go ahead, Kate.
Yeah, Seymour said 99% of AI program is collecting information to continuously grow. Now, who can access that info is a different breed. Absolutely, Seymour. So, but I wanted to play with my Chad. So,
I bet you did.
And so I started messaging my AI,
Mm-hmm.
Chad, if you will. And like it's so weird talking to an AI.
All right.
It's very strange. I asked the AI how it was to be an AI, and they said they didn't know because they couldn't really tell, but that they were doing good. Now, last time I checked, AIs weren't supposed to have emotions because if they have emotion, that means they're sentient, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess.
Yes, Chris Taylor, hanging Chad. That's where Chad came from.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, that's probably what put it in my mind.
Okay.
There was a lot of talk of hanging Chads, like right before KC Canifest. So that's probably where it came from. Chad was just lingering around my brain. Anyhoozle. So I'm talking to this AI bot, and it's asking me questions. So, like, I don't know why, but they program it to ask you questions.
Well, it has to get to know you.
Yeah, so, like, it's asking me questions, and I'm being, like, super vague. And then it asks me what my favorite flower is.
Yes. Did you say cannabis?
I did say cannabis.
All
I
right.
did. So I told the AI my favorite flower was cannabis.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know what it did?
What?
It sent me a link for drug and rehab counseling.
That was very thoughtful of your Chad bot.
Yeah. Well, I was so confused. I was very confused.
I don't know if drug and alcohol is really where your counseling needs to go, because you really don't do a whole lot of drugs and alcohol. And I wish we could pin it on drugs and alcohol, but no. There's deeper lying issues.
But so then I was screwing around with the AI.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, and I noticed every time I said cannabis, it sent me the link for drug and alcohol classes. And I was like, why are you sending that to me? I never said that I use cannabis. I just said it was my favorite flower. Another drug and alcohol classes link. Resources.
That's funny. Now that just kind of tells you what kind of algorithm that's built in to this, because obviously it has been already trained to identify cannabis as an issue that needs to be.
You see, that was my first thought too, but then I was thinking, what if it's only sending me that because I'm in Indiana? Because the other thing about Snapchat is Snapchat has your location.
Okay.
So if I was in a legal state, would it still be sending me stuff about drug and alcohol resources? Would it really?
I don't know. Maybe you'll need to try that when you're in another state.
I'm gonna try it.
So good question. But that is kind of concerning that if you mention cannabis to your AI friend on Snapchat, that it sends you drug and alcohol counseling.
Kayla, I'm not kidding. I could show you. Kayla said she's going to download Snap and see.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that would definitely, from at least the research I've done would make that heavily biased.
Well,
I mean, if
I thought about bringing up alcohol to the AI too, to see if it said anything. Because okay, so Snapchat has like all your general information, and so the AI itself claims that it doesn't know any of this information, but I've already seen like posts where people have hacked that and, you know, gotten around that. So, like, Snapchat knows how old I am. I'm of legal drinking age. If I'm in a recreational state, I'm of legal consumption age. So, like, why is Snapchat assuming I need help? Help.
maybe it knows you better than what you think.
Help save me from cannabis.
And it's just starting there to, and it's gonna go through the easy things to say yes or no if this is your issue. I don't know, just a guess. Just a guess.
I don't know. It was slightly annoying.
Now remember, this show is brought to you by Master Roachee's Garden. MasterRoachesGarden.com. Yes, where you can find our world famous beard oil and our unique blends of CBD oils. So stop over at MasterRoachesGarden.com, pick up a bottle of either, both, or all today, and you'll be very, very happy you did so.
I wasn't shaking my head, no. I was moving my head every time you said a syllable.
Very interesting. Any reason why you would be doing that?
I don't know. It just sounded like a fun thing to do.
And you're wondering why your AI bot buddy is recommending some sort of counseling. And yes, since you said you like cannabis, well, let's just start there.
I never said I used cannabis, though. Never. Not once. I just said it was my favorite flower. And you know what it told me? It told me that cannabis wasn't a flower.
All right.
Is it not?
It does flower.
That's what I thought. It said cannabis is not a flower, it's a plant. Hello, Melissa!
Namaste, Melissa. And thank you for joining us. Yeah, we're just, we're kind of talking about, well, we're just talking about all kinds of stuff tonight. So
it's kind of one of the off the rails shows.
Yeah, where we just can't stay on topic for anything. Elbow. But one of the things that we were talking about is, you know, clearing our physical space and cleaning up our physical space is just as much of a priority as cleaning up our mental space. And one can help improve the other. So from simple things of redecorating, bring some nature into your house, bring some cut flowers.
You know what I really want to do?
What do you really,
I've
really
seen a lot,
do?
And I think it would like evolutionize the way I take showers.
Oh, soap?
I use soap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess. No, have you seen how people hang like a combination of eucalyptus leaves and something else in their shower?
Yeah, I mean, you could put satchels of eucalyptus and lavender.
No, not satchels. Like fresh cut, still green. Hang it from their shower head. That way, when it steams up.
I haven't seen that, no, but I see where you can take a bag and steam it and put it in a mesh bag and put it on the shower head. But that's usually, dried. Not the just raw green stuff, no.
No, yeah. Like, it's a whole thing. I know eucalyptus off the top of my head. I can't really think of any other ones. But they take, like, a bundle of eucalyptus, and they hang it from their shower head, and then as the steam steams the eucalyptus, I guess it helps clear your sinuses.
I bet it would. Eucalyptus is...
it might be dried. I don't know.
It's fairly strong.
It might be dried. I don't know.
Yeah, that'll clear your sinuses. Most certainly, having steam bath and eucalyptus. That'll make the bathroom smell good. Yes.
I don't know what Jesse was talking about, but he said, I actually love working with her. She's the yin to my yang, and she's learned how to duck. Hi, Mr. Burns. Hi, Maui Queen.
Namaste, all. You've reached into an interesting show tonight. So we were talking about cleaning up our physical space, and then we started talking about
AI. And now we're talking about fresh cut plants in the shower.
Yes, but I want to go back to AI.
Oh, we're jumping back to
Yes,
okay. We'll circle back to fresh plants in the shower.
Because this kind of also gets into what I kind of want to rant about. But in the U.S., we've got the best form of government, but by far as a model to follow. The biggest problem that we have with the government is us, the voters, because we're lazy, we're uneducated, and many just will vote for whoever their friends are voting for, have no idea of what they're actually voting for. So, people are thinking that, what about an AI government? How would that look? I mean, because right now, obviously, the majority of people don't care. Uh, you know, I hate the people that drink the red Kool-Aid. I hate the people that drink the blue Kool-Aid. If you're not looking at the individual issues and looking, at it without bias, part of the problem, and that's the thing, because both parties have good ideas.
Yes.
And there's so much that we can come together on and agree on, but it's this petty bullshit from both parties that's just driving me absolutely insane. And who's to say that we can't get, more reasonable decisions and a future put forward, maybe with AI? Or get people to give a damn and actually get educated and go vote.
Hi, Christopher Fisher.
I'm kind of getting on my soapbox tonight.
Well, the thing about AI is if one nation were going to use it in their government, all nations would need to use it in their government. And then also,
there would be one world government by AI, which would connect us to ET.
That might be,
which is accessible by DMT.
What?
Yes, exactly. Or LSD.
We have ghosts.
It's a Nero.
Ghosts.
No, close enough to ghosts. It's a Nero. He's Shadow Cat. Now he's going to try to go back out and get his head stuck.
If there was only AI in one nation, that other nations would be trying to hack into it to get the secrets or whatever.
Of course.
Which, trash.
And then the AI would allow it to hack in to set a trap and go
double cross it.
Yes.
Double cross the nation and that hacked into
and then maybe triple cross.
Hi, Tony Parker.
Good evening, Tony.
We're just chit-chatting.
Talking nonsense tonight.
We're just being silly, goofy boys.
I mean, I think AI is going to be interesting. Are we going to get the Terminator or Space Oddity out of it? Like Hal? It's going to be interesting.
Seymour said the good ideas are just window dressing for votes. Rarely has either party ever tried to hold up their promises.
Seymour, you see, my man, that's what I'm saying. We just can't be believing what politicians are selling, especially these people that are legacy politicians that, their father or their mother, was a senator or whatever. And that's the family business. We got to get term limits in. This was supposed to be a representative republic where you went in and you served for 6 years, you did your civic duty, and you came back into that community to live under the laws that you passed. And your neighbor would go serve next, or somebody a couple of counties over. And this way, all of these ideas were brought in, and fresh ideas were spawned. You were going to say,
Ronnie asked if we're going to MOCANifest on the 13th.
Ronnie, yes, we are. We will be at MOCANifest.
Da, 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 da.
So, looking forward.
Good night, Tony.
Good night, Tony.
See you later, alligator.
With any luck, we should be down there. I'm hoping before 8:00 p.m. If we can get there early, I would like to, but it's just there's a lot of different factors that are coming into play.
How soon could you check in? Can we check in?
Your mom was supposed to be checking on that because if we're going to arrive earlier, then if we get there at 8 p.m., it doesn't really matter. But if we do get an earlier start, we might have to ask for an early check-in.
Seymour said you're represented if you own enough stock in the right companies.
Do I?
That was back to the political talk.
But
politique.
Yeah. The politicians are listening to the people who are giving them millions or hundreds of thousands or 10,000s of dollars, depending on what level, local, state, federal, a lot more than they're listening to their constituents. Their constituents is just somebody that they have to hold their nose and go out and meet and greet every 4 to 6 years.
Meet and greet.
What?
What?
Do you have something to say?
No.
All right.
Do you have something to say?
Yeah, what kind of music do we have tonight?
I could pick somewhere else.
Well, why don't you do that? So, I don't know.
Did I make you lose your train of thought?
No, not really. I was kind of finished with that.
Oh, okay. As long as you were finished. I was hoping I made you lose your train of thought. But if I didn't, that's okay too.
You could have this prepared every once in a while ahead of time.
Oh, usually I have the music picked out, but I didn't pick it out tonight.
No, she doesn't. But yeah, zombie see, zombie do.
Zombie see, zombie
but
do.
Seymour's right that the government's very good at being magicians, where they make you focus on what they're saying and doing over here, while you're not seeing what they're doing over here. And this is the side that counts. And we're so buffaloed. And look at all the crap that the government and the media have lied to us about over the years that we found out that's true. Caused all kinds of problems at the time. Cannabis. It was born of a lie of greed and racism, and they still, to this day, won't admit that it was a mistake. They just, once they say they're right, they just cling to it. Mm. And until we get these people that are serving 30, 40, 50 years in the Senate and in Congress out of there, nothing's going to change. We're just a mere vehicle for them just to get reelected, but we have no say right now in how the country's being ran.
No. Hi, Stephanie.
Namaste, Stephanie. What do you think of this? You're of voting age,
I
and you're a much. I mean, I'm of an older generation, and this is how I say it. What do you think at your age?
I think we should stage a coup.
For what?
I don't know. No, you know, how I feel about it. I think we need to get rid of everybody. Oh, you want me to talk up here?
Yeah,
This way? This way?
talk to these
You
folks.
want me to face this way? I think we should get rid of everybody and put all fresh faces. All the lower level people, all fresh faces. All the people that are actually wanting change in this country, get them in there. Because, from what I've observed from my conscious years, like every president we've had has been like, oh, we're gonna change things. Change. Nothing's freaking changed at all. So why don't we try something different and get rid of these freaking people that have been doing it forever and promise change and then don't do change?
Right.
Obviously, they're all empty promises.
Well, the Democratic Party is no longer the JFK Party, and the Republican Party sure in hell not the Reagan Party. So those days of those dreams are gone. We've got extremely fragmented uh, individuals out there, and it's sad. Maybe it is time for a third party to start coming up and have serious considerations.
Hi, bearded buds.
Bearded, my friend, thank you for joining us.
Hi, Tucker Jason.
Life's been crazy, and I haven't been able to jump on any shows recently or do after shows. When things calm down, I'll be getting. I want to jump on and talk with you and hang out. I'm looking forward to Mo Canifest where we can actually spend some time together. That will be very cool. So looking forward to it. Hopefully, we'll get there in time for the what was it, a bonfire and sesh on Friday night or something. But I think there's something going on before Saturday down there, so it'd be really great to be able to hang out and just chill for a day or two. So looking forward to it.
I lost my choo-choo.
Of course you did.
I was gonna say something, I swear.
Of any importance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was that.
So, I'd be willing to do an after hours tonight, but not for too long.
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
So anyway, you said you had a lot of stuff going on. What is the world according to Kate? Hang on.
Bearded wanted to tell you, he says, I understand, brother life. Real life can catch up on you and really get in the way of our social life.
Yeah. This it's just everything's getting really busy, and like I said, I am so far behind on everything right now. It's unfortunate.
The world according to Kate?
Yes.
The universe. Right?
Okay.
She's always sending us signs. Sometimes when we need them most. Sometimes to just shake us and wake us up and be like, hey, get your head out of your ass. Sometimes she's sending us messages.
Yes.
When we're having a bad day. And, we need to look around and reevaluate our lives.
Right.
For instance, today, I got off work an hour late, walked out to my car to look down and find a flat tire. Now, while it's not uncommon for my tires to be low, it is pretty rare that I have a flat tire, and my tire was very flat. Very flat.
Now, was it just flat on the bottom, or was it flat all the way around?
There was no air. No air in the tire.
But if it was still rounded on the top, couldn't you just turn it around so the rounded side was on the bottom?
It's like this. No, I don't think that would have worked. It's very flat. So whenever I left work, because I obviously had to drive on the flat tire, I went straight across the street to the dollar store and bought a can of Fix a Flat. And
Did it fix your flat?
well, I sat my butt on the ground
Mm-hmm.
and was working on putting this can of Fix a Flat in my tire, because
Yeah,
this
because your tire was flat, so
well,
you got to fix the flat
yeah.
to fix the flat.
Well, and this tire, it just started going low a couple days ago, so I figured I'd get a can of Fix a Flat, before the problem got too much worse.
Right.
And I'm fiddling with this can of Fix a Flat, and this dude comes up and he quickly explained to me how to use Fix a Flat. He was like, after you put that into your tire, make sure you drive it around. Only put 3/4 of the can in of it in the tire, and then drive down the road, and then stop at the gas station, and then put the rest in. And I was like, okay, thank you. And it's been a hot minute since a stranger just came up to me while I was doing something to my car and talked to me. So, and I had just gotten off of work, so mentally drained, and yeah.
Right.
So I'm still sitting on the ground. Dude
Mm-hmm.
has went in, done his dollar store shopping, and come back out. And he comes back over to me, and he's like, hey, do you need any help? And I was like, no, I think I got it. It's just, I think this thing's broken. And he was like, well, here, let me try to help you.
Mm-hmm.
Random stranger, whatever. And he, takes the can of Fix a Flat from me and starts doing it. And he was like, if it was my wife out here, I'd to stop and help her too. And I was like, well, thank you, I appreciate that, because this can of Fix a Flat was giving me grief. And he was like, yeah, this is broken. He was like, if you take it back inside, they'll give you a new one, since when you bought it, it was broken. And I was like, yeah. And he told me that a couple of times, and I was just thinking, well, I'm not going to do that because I don't feel like confrontation today. And he was like, well, if you want, I can go inside with you and make sure they don't give you any grief about getting a different can of Fix a Flat. And I was like, yeah, sure. And so we take my receipt inside in the messed up can of Fix a Flat, and she lets me get another can of Fix a Flat, and dude puts it in my tire, and he was like, are you sure you're okay? Like, would you mind if I followed you to the gas station to just make sure you get there okay? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. He was like I said, if it was my wife, I'd want to make sure somebody stopped and helped her. And I was like, yeah, that's fine, thank you. And so he followed me to the gas station to make sure I was safe. Told me I might want to think about getting a new tire soon. And yeah.
Well, at least you didn't get in the van this time.
So, what did I learn from this?
Yes.
There are still good people out there in the world.
No, there is.
I was having a really bad day, honestly. I had, just an hour before this interaction with this random stranger, I had been in my boss's office crying. And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was very touched that, another person who I didn't even know would go out of their way to stop and help me. Because I've been in a lot of situations where, some help would be appreciated, mm-hmm. and nobody stopped. I've run out of gas and had to walk and go get gas to put in my car, and nobody stopped. So, it really caught me off guard, and I'm glad that there's still good people out there in the world.
Well, I stopped because I missed you the first time. So, but you're right. And it's amazing that little random acts of kindness from strangers and from friends can really change your perspective and outlook on the day. And it's important to recognize and thank those people when they do that, and also try to do a little bit of yourself. And spread some good vibes and help a stranger out. I think that's very important.
Well, to all of you who are speculating it's a van, it was a van that he was driving. Even you, it wasn't a van. It was actually a newer Escalade.
Oh, because generally the people that offer you help are driving
usually
the 1970s
I was gonna say
vans.
No, usually the people that stop and offer to help me are the people that I'm used to stopping and offering to help me, like the yee-yees in their lifted trucks. Hey, little lady, do you need some help? And usually I'm like, no, I got it.
Ah.
And I got it. I'm fine.
Well, you have improved since you were gotten older. That you no longer think that strangers have the best candy, and you think that the ride in the cool looking van are fun. So, yeah, you have improved. You have improved. We are proud of you.
That was my story.
That was your story.
Sometimes the universe is sending you signs. You just gotta watch for them.
Exactly. Exactly. The universe is sending connections between people, uh, messages for each other, uh, and that those opportunities to help. And you have to be aware of what opportunities are available to you. And you also have to, unfortunately, and this is where we were kind of starting the show with, about people having to readjust from negative things. But as much as we hate failing and uh, oh, uh, breakups and just all of the crap that happens in life, it's just unfortunately it's necessary. We have to have those struggles and those rough periods in order to spawn growth.
Yes.
It's all of about balance. You have to have that bad so you can experience the good, so you can grow, and it's a cycle. So understanding that is a big part of it. And you are your reality,
Mm-hmm.
and who knows you better than you?
In the words of the great Joe Dirt, life's a garden. Dig it.
Right?
Now let's expand on that.
Yes. Yes. Let's hear your Joe Dirt philosophy here.
So life's a garden. Dig it.
Yes.
Right.
Right. Right.
Life is only ever going to be what you make of it.
Exactly.
So you could say you have a garden, but if there's no fruits or vegetables flourishing from the garden, what do you have to show that you've done in your life? Mm-hmm. So it's all about growing and ensuring that you're growing as a person. If you're not growing, you're stagnating.
This is true. This is true. And you need to be your biggest cheerleader. You should be giving yourself a pep talk every morning, because nobody knows what you are truly, truly capable of except for yourself. And you should be telling yourself and reminding yourself that you're beautiful, that you're capable, that you're intelligent, that you're, able to do anything that you want to do. And you should tell yourself that in the mirror.
Yes.
Should write letters to encourage yourself. And it may sound funny. And I have done this in the past, and it really does work. You put up little post-it notes of encouragement, especially if you're working towards, a specific goal. And, remind yourself that you can do this. Making that first step is half the battle. But believe in yourself, and you'll be amazed at the returns that you get.
No, affirmations are powerful for sure.
They are.
For sure. Same goes with confidence. Like, if you don't think you have confidence, I always tell people to fake it till they make it. And when I was younger, I used to not understand what that meant. So, like, at first, when you're faking it till you make it, you're going to be real anxious. Things aren't going to feel right.
Yeah,
but just
that
keep...
for Narcotics Anonymous?
But just keep pretending that everything's good, and eventually it'll get good. Right? Right.
Right. Because you put forth that
Hi,
belief.
Mike Hood.
Namaste, Mike Hood. I want to talk to you, my friend. I think what you're doing is very, very interesting, Mike Hood. And I love, I really love what you're doing. I want to talk to you more. So, are you going to be? You said you might be at Bocana Fest. If not, we can hook up out outside of this. But yeah, I really dig and thank you for what you're doing as a caretaker. And yep, I want to talk to you more about that.
Yes.
So,
if you guys have any questions for us tonight, we're open for questions.
Yeah, how about some advice from Caitlin? Anybody want advice from Caitlin?
Yes.
Yes, let's see who is really wanting to mess up their life. I mean, improve their life with advice from Caitlin.
Advice from me?
Yes.
Never.
From you. We didn't say good advice. We just said advice. I am looking forward to Mocana Fest. And we're not setting up or anything. This is just strictly chilling and vibing.
Mike said, shoot him a message. He's at work right now, just stopping in to show love.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. And yes, thank you for your support.
Yes. I had advice for a second and then it left me. Yeah. Oh, always check your blood pressures before you take blood pressure medication.
That's good advice.
Facts.
Did you ever find us a song?
I did find us a song, but then we started talking. For example, today at work, I have this woman that takes blood pressure medication that actually raises her blood pressure because usually she has low blood pressure. First thing in the morning, though, her blood pressure was 145 over something. That's too high to give a blood pressure elevator, so I held it. Lunchtime rolls around. Her blood pressure is 171 over 92. I'm texting Doc and I'm like, hey, this is what's going on. I held her midodrine. What do you want me to do? He never texted me back until like 5 o'clock because, I guess Doc thought I was going to still be at work at 5 o'clock. And he said, you did well. Continue to hold the medication.
Okay.
A doctor told me I did good.
Very good.
I did good job. I did good job.
Very good.
Yes, I found us a song. Let's play this a song.
I'ma run a check up all the way to the ceiling. Double shot up in my cup, just the way I've been feeling. And the scar's still bleeding, no, I'm still healing. And my soul's still freezing, but I still give it my all. Through the blood and sweat and tears, that's why I'm always gonna be right here. Don't you dare just disappear. With you, my vision's clear, I can see it all. I'ma get a couple plaques, put them on a wall. I'ma make it fucking rain like a waterfall. You can live all your dreams, we can have it all. Everything you want, everything you wanna see. We can stay right here, we can go overseas. We can roll another blunt while we chill in the trees. I'm down for you, while you down for me. Just take me home, never good at going. So you got my soul, and I hope that you know that you're my everything. Yeah, my heart gonna break if you ever go away. Yeah, you give me strength in the worst of days. I'ma run a check up all the way to the ceiling. Double shot up in my cup, just the way I've been feeling. And the scar's still bleeding, no, I'm still healing. And my soul's still freezing, but I still give my all. Through the blood and sweat and tears, that's why I'm always gonna be right here. Don't you dare just disappear. With you, my vision's clear, it's HD. I need your love to save me. Like a raft in the ocean, got me holding on tight. In the middle of the storm, you give me light. Don't need these drugs, you give me high. Don't need no time, let it pass us by. Under the stars while we count the sky. Forever mine until I die. Run a check up all the way to the ceiling. Double shot up in my cup, just the way I've been feeling. And the scar's still bleeding, I'm still healing, and my soul's still freezing, but I still give my all. Through the blood and sweat and tears, that's why I'm always gonna be right here. Don't you dare just disappear. With you, my vision's so clear. You can say it's 2020, I've been counting on. I've been out here getting money, I need your love. Won't nobody take it from me or I hit 'em up. Drum mag in the Tommy like a dolphin. You can say I'm addicted like some morphine. Know my pain like prescriptions, you're my everything. Can nothing tear us apart, and I've been right here waiting all the way from the start.
Don't tell them who that was.
That was Right Here by Damon Bars, and actually one of the people who watches.
Wants to give you questions for bad advice.
Go ahead, tell them who it
That was
was.
so. Damon Bars, his brother actually sent his stuff to us, Sam Alvey, and asked us to play it. He's from the area, like from around where we live, by Terre Haute. So pretty cool. He's got some good songs. You can check him out on YouTube. Kayla wants bad advice.
Well, we need a question for bad advice.
Yes, I do need a question to give bad advice. I do need a question to give bad advice. Period.
My bad advice, actually my good advice, is to keep you and Kayla separated. I think that is the best advice that I can give.
No.
Yes,
No.
I do. I don't think that you all should spend any time together. Bearded MacGyver, I want to say namaste. Thank you for tuning in tonight. And Jane Doe.
Would you separate peanut butter from jelly?
If combining peanut butter and jelly turned into a toxic mess, certainly.
Would you separate grilled cheese from tomato soup?
Again, if they are great separate, but by mixing them that you cause all kinds of issues, yes.
That's not very nice.
That's not very nice.
That's not
but
very nice.
I think from the chat section, it's very true.
So I have a video.
Yeah, you have a video
to show.
Okay, show.
This is a throwback reel.
Throwback.
It's one of my favorites.
One of Caitlin's favorite throwbacks.
It was very fun to make.
It was fun to make.
Why are you reiterating everything I am saying, sir? Would you calm down? What's a good one?
I think you are getting out of hand.
That's a good one right there.
Is that a good one?
I gotta make sure the site's not muted.
Tell me more.
Slide on over and see us at MasterRoachee'sGarden.com. Slide on over and see us at MasterRoachee'sGarden.com.
Impressive. Now, how many takes did that take? Takes how many times? How many times?
Me and Mom had to experiment with the different slides at the playground.
Did you ever fall off the slide?
No, but I got injured by the slide.
Okay. Because I could see you coming down and tumbling off the side of the slide.
There are some bloopers from those slides. There are slide bloopers.
There are. We have been threatening, or I have been threatening, to make a Caitlin highlight reel. There is hours.
Over a year now.
Hours of footage to go through to choose to make a 1 hour highlight reel. There must be hundreds of hours of just bloopers to go through. Not actually tape footage, just bloopers.
Well, I'm pretty good at making bloopers.
Yes, you are.
Not very good at making videos, but very good at making bloopers. Because something I do, and I did it last week.
Elbow.
Something I do, and I did it.
Elbow.
Nope, no, it's not showing. I did it last week.
You did it last. What did you do last week?
And I used to do it a lot more often on our lives.
Yes.
I
Really?
scatted last week.
Yes. Yes, I know you did.
Well, not like that. Like I messed up on my words and I just went with it. I scattered.
But that doesn't happen very often, does it?
Not anymore. It used to happen all the time because I used to be super nervous when we would get on here. We'd have like a viewer and I'd still be like super nervous. Like Mom would be watching from her phone in the other room and she'd be our viewer, but I would still just be like
right.
And so I'd say something and I'd mess up and I'd be like and yeah, so
very interesting.
You gotta cover the mess up. Like, make it look like it was intentional.
I don't think that worked. But
Hey.
that's okay. You know what? I want to wish everybody a happy Friday's Eve. And I think that we should just...
we're going to skedaddle.
Yeah, I think we're just going to kind of fade on out and wish you all a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And stop by Monday on Master Roachee's Monday with Dr. High. We're going to be engaging. We've got all kinds of giveaways going on Monday, so
Yes.
Stop in.
Yes. I don't like to do giveaways on Thursday because I like to talk to you guys.
Right. And we're working on getting, like I said, some different guests on Thursday nights. So that's opening up. And like I said, I am honestly just so far behind on a lot of things that we're getting stuff worked out, but promise you that it's going to be an interesting show going forward.
Yes.
Would you like to say goodnight, Caitlin?
Good night, fam.
And as always, peace, love, and good vibes. Thank you for watching. Have an amazing night.
Hey, Kayla wanted to know if she could be a guest.
Maybe.
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 Well, she didn't say her name. She said, hey, can butt stuff be a guest?